Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Shoyinka. I'm a psychiatrist, triple board certified, and I serve as Chief Medical Officer for Philadelphia County's public mental health system. In this role, I oversee population health policy and management for 1.6 million Philadelphians. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I think without question, both the need and demand for mental health services have gone up significantly. Certainly, we know that is true as a result of COVID, particularly in young people, females, and in populations that are challenged with socioeconomic factors such as unemployment, poverty, housing, and so on. We also know that these conditions, even before COVID, were very common. They affect if you look at the lifetime prevalence, 1 to 4, or one out of every 4 or 5 individuals will experience one of these conditions. And we know the same is true for addiction. 1 out of 10 people experiences an addictive, that is a chemical addiction lifetime. So these conditions are common, and again, the demand has gone up during COVID. Now, we are uniquely challenged in several ways in Africa and our continent. We have historically had extremely low investment in developing mental health services, supporting mental health services. But we're also challenged by outdated laws, and maybe even more than anything else, we're challenged by stigma, which prevents people from seeking help. And when they do come to get help, they tend to be ridiculed for trying to get help, or shamed, or otherwise ostracized. So the consequences for disclosing a mental health condition can be significant, not just for the individual, but for their families. That is why an event like this is important, because it shines a spotlight not only on these conditions and the fact that they're treatable, highly treatable, but also that it's important, and a conversation at a national level with this kind of representation helps to bolster that. So I salute everybody who's chosen to be a part of this conversation, welcome the conversation, and my personal commitment to certainly to Mr. Ame, who has been a lead in convening this conversation, as well as to our continent, is to support in any way I can. One of the ways that we're beginning to do that is to create a company called Sentia Health and a nonprofit called Curitan Foundation, through which we will be advancing education, training, and even at the appropriate time, direct delivery of services on the continent. So again, thank you for this. Welcome. Before I close, I want to underscore one important thing. I talked about addiction earlier and some of the challenges we have. Well, I do want to shine a spotlight very quickly on the fact that we have evidence-based treatments that have been proven to work. These are based on solid science. The research outcomes are undeniable, that medications that are used to treat conditions like opioid use disorder, smoking or tobacco use disorder, and alcohol use disorders work. They work reliably, they work consistently. Our policy in Nigeria in particular does not support or allow for these agents to be used, which is an opportunity to take a significant stride for us as a group. So I'll encourage us to give some thought to that and perhaps help to move that conversation forward. So thank you again, and I wish you all success in today's discussion and subsequently. Thank you.